We got it backed up to the back door there. Little job review here. This is probably one of the best jobs that I've ever started working at. And this is not just any kind of normal job, but this is what I've been wanting to do for the last 2 years. And sometimes if you stick with your plans and keep putting your thoughts out there, something you want to accomplish, eventually it ends up coming true in the universe. And yeah, I had the coolest boss ever. So you guys stay tuned.
Hello, everybody. This is Cameron here. I am just giving a little bit of commentary to these messages that I'm showing on screen here. When I began working at Thayer's a couple of weeks ago, I had asked, they knew that I was a content creator. They knew that I catch online child predators. They've known this for the last year that I've been in the area doing it. So I was given this job, which I was extremely appreciative of. I gave 100% through the training of this job. In fact, it only took me a week to train before I was given the keys to one of the trucks and essentially started to go on routes by myself, when it takes most normal people 2 to 3 weeks of training. So to say I was doing a good job there, I believe I was. In fact, my last and final day with the company, I made the company an extra couple $100 on one of their accounts. This is important. I really didn't want to put this all over the internet, but given the current circumstances, which we'll get into later in this video, I felt the need to put this out there. I feel like it's going to be the only way that, I'm going to receive restitution from the owners of this company. 100% I was wronged in this, which I will provide you all with the receipts in this video. So these messages here, I had a couple people say, oh, are you sure that your bosses want you recording these videos and putting them on Facebook? Well, I'm glad you asked, because yes, Tommy, the main boss that I dealt with, there's two bosses. There's a husband and wife. The wife runs the Thayer's store in Walton, New York. She is the one that I met when I did all my paperwork the first day. And then I haven't dealt with her since. I've dealt with Tommy. Tommy is the one that trains all of the employees for the routes. Tommy is the one that you go to for all the questions. So I asked Tommy on my first day, do you think that I could record some short videos here or there? And keep in mind, I asked him this while I was on the job site with him in person. He was completely okay with it. In fact, you can even see at the beginning of this video, he can see that I'm recording. I have the camera right out and I use my phone so you can see the screen. You know what I mean? You can see yourself on the screen as you're walking by it. You can see that it's being recorded. And I just filmed us doing some mundane tasks with the job. And then I filmed myself backing the truck up into the loading dock for the first time, which, by the way, I killed. I did perfectly the first attempt, first time ever driving a truck that size. So I later, after the job, I edit these videos on my free time. I post them in hopes, that it will get people to come to their Walton store to come shop there, or, promote the company in a good light and then show my appreciation for this job. So Tommy gave me permission. As you can see in these messages, it's very clear he knew. I even asked permission to put a dash cam inside the truck, which I can use for if something crazy happens, I have proof, or I can edit nice little scenic videos from my view. Since you're driving through upstate New York, it's beautiful. I like editing videos. I got permission. You can see in the message I was given permission. And it's unfortunate that things ended the way that they did, but I got fired because of these videos that I posted. You can see right here inside this video where I sent him the link to the video I edited, and his response saying, "Wow, really cool, man. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. See you in the morning." He was looking forward to the video that I just edited that he was also in. Well, a week later, his wife found out about the videos, saw them, was extremely pissed off. There was no warning whatsoever. As you can see in this next message here, she had approached me via Facebook from their Thayer's account. No conversation at all. There's no talk, just come turn in your shirts and the key to the truck. We are terminating our employment relationship. Be here by 6 p.m. So I did. I went up to the location in Walton to turn over the equipment. And I pleaded with her to allow me to keep my job or hear me out. And in this next piece, you're going to hear the audio recording between her and my conversation when I went up to the Walton store. Yes, I recorded it for my own records. Yes, I can legally, secretly record a conversation. And I'm glad I did this because since then, from somebody else that she had spoken with, which I'll keep their identity secret, she's essentially spinning this in a way when people ask, "Oh, what happened to Cameron? I thought Cameron worked here." And she's telling them a different reason than she told me and what it actually is to make me out to be the bad guy. Because otherwise, with all the facts of this, she really had no reason to fire me.
Do you remember when we did the new hire paperwork?
Yeah.
And I told you blatantly, do not post on your social media about our business?
I didn't do that. I actually
This
asked
is a
Tommy.
7-minute video that you took, recording Tommy, recording the inside of our truck, recording the warehouse. I just saw it, that's why, because I don't do social media.
No, I completely. I asked Tommy if it was okay. I swear to you, I did. Like,
To record him and post it on your page.
not the record, just to record me at work. Like, just the dash cam video. The very first day I was
Dash cam,
there.
yes, but
I
the inside of the truck and him.
well, that I have the two-way thing, but I mean, I didn't know that that one part. I didn't. That's why I even asked. I was like, "Is it okay?" And I'll show you the text. I sent him the link. If it's a problem, I won't post anything.
Of the dash cam is what it is. I understand.
Well, I was showing the truck because I was proud of myself, like how awesome the company was, and I was showing like these trucks are brand new. This is an awesome company.
Which I do appreciate that, but I do remember telling you from the very, because you have to understand also, which I'm sure you understand, that you're in the public eye.
I know.
You have almost 7,000 followers.
I know.
Now, if I was a pedophile and I was looking to not get caught, I'd stalk your page. I guarantee you have tons of pedophiles that stalk your
I'm
page
sure
to
I
try
do.
to keep an eye.
I'm sure I do.
So when you advertise our DOT number, that goes right to our address. When you advertise, we have other trucks with the same numbers.
Right.
When you advertise the inside of the truck, if for some reason we weren't DOT compliant,
Right.
we could get nabbed for that. If one of the people that you put away was trying to retaliate against you for what you did, other trucks out there.
I understand.
They could go after one of my other guys.
I do apologize. Like, it wasn't like I didn't post anything for the malice of any of that.
I know you didn't do it for
I
the malice.
thought I was okay to. I generally did for that kind of thing. I was trying to do more of an inspirational video, telling people like, look, you know, that anybody can do this with the day and age that we live in, where people are just on government assistance, sitting around doing nothing. You know, but instead of getting political with it, I just do my own thing and try and promote positive out there. And I mean, I can take down all the videos.
But you also remember the conversation you had with me. I don't post about my work.
No, I understand you don't. I didn't know that. I didn't know that meant like. Let me show you. Like, I'll even show you. I sent him the link to the video. Like, I genuinely thought like that was okay.
The second one you just posted is what it is. That one didn't bother me as much at all.
The first one was like my very first day and I didn't even do anything until I was done for the day. Like, I just was excited about the new job. It seemed like it was awesome to be there, and I posted like a very short video. It was my first time backing up a big truck like that to a dock. I was like excited.
Which
And
again, I completely understand. If it were not on a page that about pedophiles, I wouldn't have had that much of an issue.
I mean, like that's actually my personal Facebook. I do post predator stuff on there. I have
That's all
a
that's on there.
dedicated page. I know it's because it's my life. I post anything on my life in there, but like I have no issue taking all the videos down and hitting the dash cam and not posting anything ever again. Was never an issue. I even asked permission first to make sure, because I clearly, you know, there's a lot of information in those packets. I didn't see that, but
No,
I knew.
verbally said it to you. I verbally said it to you to make sure that you were aware, because I know that you're in the public eye, and I'm gonna.
It's okay.
I'm gonna disclose to you that CPS took me from my mom for pimping me out.
But here's the thing, like I have no problem not posting anything ever. Like, you don't have to tell me twice. I know you said it the first time, I missed it. There was a lot of information I was going over that day. I also wasn't, you know, sure if it was going to work out or not. I had a lot going through my head, and that's another reason why I asked him up there at the warehouse depot if it was okay if I took some. I like doing video editing. I even asked him, would you like me to make a video of you showing, like, you know, kind of like a little short 3-minute video you could post for your website, because I have a professional camera that I use. It wasn't out of malice or disrespect to you guys or trying to put anybody at risk here, but I do understand like not posting and your reasons for being on it. I completely understand that, and you
That's
know,
why I don't ever. You will never find my kids on any social media.
well, I would never. Yeah, I get that, but anything that could lead back to them, I understand that as well.
Because I have one right now that hangs over at that fucking gazebo that I have to deal with. I'm not allowed to do anything, you know?
Yeah, so like I texted this to him yesterday for the second video. It wasn't like I was trying to hide it from you guys. I thought I was okay to do it. If I thought I wasn't allowed to do it, I would not have done it or posted, like genuinely. Like I would not have posted anything. And then the first one I shared with him was
that text message or messenger?
this text message. This one right here was the first video link that I posted, the one that you didn't like, with the DOT numbers, because after I had left there, I told him I was going to put together a really cool video. And he, like, so when we got back to the, or actually, I think the first day we didn't even leave, I met him up there or something. Sorry, I went up there quite a few days the last week. But anyways, he went to back in the bigger truck. Oh yeah, that's what it was, because we were moving things from one truck to the other. So while he went to move the other truck back, I said, hey, I'm going to go reposition my Mazda to face like the door so I can film me backing in. And I did all that in front of him, and I didn't think it was a problem. Like I would not have posted anything if I understand like where you're coming from.
Good. I see that now.
No, and I don't want to get him in trouble. I mean,
I just, like I said, I verbally said it to make it very clear. And, you know, I will talk with him about, knowing him, he probably didn't even look at it.
That's what I'm thinking, because he's like, maybe he's so busy that he just didn't comprehend.
Yeah.
But I mean, we even talked about him possibly coming on my podcast because it was political talk, and he texted me actually the other day saying, "Oh, I can't make it tonight, but let me know the next one. I'd like to come up on there with you," which is literally just a podcast. But like, I'm like asking you if there's like a way I can make it right, or just I'll take down the videos, whether you know or not. Our relationship's completely concluded here. I'll still take them down, but
I would like your favor.
yeah, absolutely. But I'm asking for like a chance because I feel like I really got this job and I do a good job with it. Even when I took those videos, it didn't interfere with my work at all. It was literally the first one was right at the end of the day. I was already done. I stayed extra to film it. And then also the dash cam video, I just hit start before I drive, and that's more to like the bigger reason for it is because I know how people are. If I get into an accident, I got it on video, and I asked him permission on that too. But if there's like a way that I can like have a chance to not post anything at all, I swear to God I won't. Like, obviously you guys know my page and everything, anyways. But I mean, I would not have posted those if I thought my job was in jeopardy and it put you guys in jeopardy like that. Yeah, I'm just asking like if there's a chance for me to stay. Obviously, I would like to. Like I really enjoy the job. I feel like it's something that I could get really good at, and um, I don't know how much he's told you, but I mean,
Unfortunately, he
about-
gets home at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and him and I have a hard time.
I understand. I mean, he was basically sent me out on my own for my first couple of stops yesterday, and we're talking about by next Monday I'd be out on my own, which is, you know, compared to other people, he said that he's trained, it takes a while. And I was picking things up quick. Like in the job aspect of things, I feel like I do really well. And if I just simply don't talk about my work on my page or post it, like now that I'm aware 100%, I mean, I don't want to get him in trouble either. Like I said, he's probably just really busy, but I promise you, like I checked with him to be sure like it was okay what I was doing, and I knew not to put too much detail out there, anything specific. I didn't put like a list of the clients or anything like that, and I was trying to be as careful as I could. Yeah.
I don't want you to think that, you know, I am a heartless bitch.
No, you're not. No, your
I'm
concerns.
protecting them.
No, your concerns are 100% like valid, which is why I asked if it was okay if I could, you know, post the short videos that I did. Like I genuinely don't remember. I'm sure you did. You told me when I was doing the paperwork where it's in there or whatnot, but I don't remember that specific thing. As I'm sure there could be something else. I have the packets. I could go through them again.
It's not written in there. I just verbalized it just because I knew you had a high presence on social media.
I see. I didn't. Maybe. I don't know at the time. Maybe I misunderstood. Like maybe you specifically being on social media or something. But even when I tagged the business and I sent it to you, like I always make sure, like you know, it's okay that. I just think the combination of things. It was my fault that I. You know, it's not your husband's fault. Even though, you know, like the videos were checked off on, or like what I was doing.
He should not have okayed that at all. That was very fucking wrong.
No, but I should not have even asked.
No, they should. It's like I said, it's separate, and I know how those people think, and if any of them are trying to come after, my husband has built this distribution business up beyond. He has put so much blood, sweat, tears,
Right.
and himself in ditches for it, and I would never let anything risk that.
I know.
Or anyone.
We actually talked about that stuff over the last week, and just seeing his work ethic and how he goes about doing things. I
He's
get
a
that.
hustler. He's an animal, and I am way more protective over him than anyone should be, and I don't give a fuck.
No, I
I
completely
have
understand.
been here. He has slept at, fallen asleep eating at the table. I have seen what he has walked through to build it. So that's why I do get protective, and you have to, unfortunately, in the world and society that we're in right now,
Right.
you got to be callous at times.
I
And,
get it.
but I will talk to him, and I will be in touch. I do appreciate you coming down and talking to me, and not.
I didn't see your
letting
message
me-
till I check my text now because it's where I've mostly been communicating with him. So I check it every day to make sure like he doesn't tell me a different time to come in. I didn't check my Facebook messages until when you sent the second message. It popped up on my computer screen. I was like, oh, it went in there. Because it said something about me coming in here by 6, and I'm like, wait, what? I thought I didn't work today. But yeah, I understand if you guys don't want to bring me back on. I get it. I mean, I'll still take the videos down. If you do decide to allow me to continue through my training, I mean, I won't even mention business ever again. Like, people ask what I do for work. It's none of their. I had explained to her and said, my boss, Tommy, your husband, gave me permission to take these videos and post them. Why are you firing me for this? She said, and you'll hear in the audio recording, I talked to Tommy. Tommy knew nothing about any of this. Okay, well, would you like to see the text messages between Tommy and I? This is his phone number. And I show her the messages. And then she said, oh, well, I'm going to have a talk with Tommy later. Well, lo and behold, she kept my shirt and my key to the truck. I left. She instructed me that she'll talk to Tommy and then get back to me. Well, then the next couple of days, they get back to me. And, well, unfortunately, she said, due to the current circumstances, which I don't really know what those are, but she's sticking with her decision to keep me fired, and then goes on this tangent about how payroll processed my paycheck and it was sent to me. She's going to pay me cash, and for me to return the paycheck when it comes in the mail all the way back to her. And if I don't, I got threatened with criminal action, which I'm not a criminal. I'm not a scumbag. I wouldn't cash a check knowing I'm getting paid cash. Just the attitude from this lady was unwarranted, unprofessional. I still haven't gotten paid for the day that I worked this last week. I messaged her and asked her, hey, am I going to get paid for this last week? She's also taking she's also taking taxes out of the cash she's paying me with no paycheck stub, no proof that I got taxes taken out. So when I go and do my taxes, I don't understand how I'm supposed to prove, that I already paid taxes on this money. No response back when I asked her, hey, can I get the things that I left inside the truck? I left a really long lightning iPhone cable, which I'd like back. I use it for decoying and all that. It was expensive. I also left a phone mount, a window phone mount, which I've had for 2 years. I'd like back out of the truck. I messaged her about that. I've since had no response from her. As you can see here in this message, she left me unread last night. She didn't respond back to me. But the crazy thing is, when she wanted her shirts back and her key to her truck, she gave me till 6 p.m. to bring it back to her. And I remember when I did the interview with her, she said, if we ever had to fire you, you have to bring this equipment back or we report it to the police as stolen. I didn't want any trouble or anything, so I did my due diligence to get up there. But now that she got all of her things back, I still have to get paid, and I also need to get my things back. And I don't want to just pop up there unannounced, given the situation. I feel like as an upstanding business member of this community, she would treat somebody with respect that was just giving 100% to their company. Especially since she now knows I got fired for no reason.
She fired me for posting a positive short video about my job, which, by the way, as you can see here in this list of rules, it is not even included in the rules here that I signed that I can't post on social media. It doesn't say in the rules I can't talk about the job on social media or post anything about the job. I followed all of these rules. I didn't break any of the rules to the company. And in fact, I wasn't sure about the filming, so I asked permission and got it, and then got fired for something I was given permission from, which was clearly a misunderstanding on their part. And then Tommy, because Tommy didn't want to have an argument with his wife and avoid all confrontation with her, which I can understand why after my experience with her. Tommy lied to her about giving me permission to film those videos. I guess Tommy didn't remember that there's text messages, and, you know, obviously I would have those, but essentially, yes, I got lied against, so I lost my job. Rather than this just being a simple conversation between boss and employee, like, hey, I understand you got permission from my husband, but he should have asked me or talked to me about it first. It's okay. Just take down the videos, which, by the way, I did. I did remove the videos. And please don't record any new videos and post them up. In fact, please don't mention our company on your Facebook. I am an adult. I would have said absolutely no problem. That is not an issue. But that's not what happened. So now I'm unemployed. I left my last job for this job, and now I'm essentially owed money from this company. Now I want to get into a couple other things that I witnessed and seen while the short time that I was at this company, and one thing that made me very uncomfortable while I was working there. I try and live my life based on integrity and being honest with people. I don't like doing shady things. I don't like cutting corners in life. I like doing everything by the book. I'm sure most of you that have followed me by now have seen that, even with predator catching. I'm very matter of fact with how I do things and handle things. So in this job, you know, we go and restock stores like Price Chopper, Tops, Hanford's, Walmart, all these stores we go in and do inventory for, and we check the shelves for expired food or food that's about to expire. So I was in charge of chips and cookies and pretzels for, you know, my time that I was there. And I was instructed by Tommy, one of the owners, to pull off the shelves of the stores any food that's set to expire very soon. You know, whether it's a week away or a couple days away that it's going to expire, pull it from the shelves and then charge the store for another case of the same item that's fresher. So then I was instructed to take the buyback, which is the almost expired food, back to the truck. And then once I'm on the truck, Tommy showed me how to do this. Tommy said, if the items aren't damaged or unsealed, unseal them. So if it's a bag of chips, just slightly open the bag and then go on the tablet and hit buyback on the tablet, and then take a picture. And then the reason for the buyback from their distributor is damaged or unsealed food, and then take a picture of it and send it through. And then my company gets a credit for this item. And then what they do is they take that item and then they'll, you know, do whatever they do with it, and they take it down to their Walton store, or, you know, essentially they're getting money back from the distributor for an item that he's now tainted, and he just didn't want to expire and lose money on it. So he pulled it from the shelf after that store already paid for that item. And then sells that back to the distributor and then puts it in their Walton store and makes double dips on that same item. He showed me the same thing with cookies. If I grab cookies from the shelf, just crunch them up with my fingers real quick, use my fingers, crunch them, make them look like they're crushed, and then you go under buyback inside the app, take a picture of it and put the reason as crushed or crunched, and then the distributor gives Thayer's back the money on that item, and then those cookies go on the shelf at the Walton store for a lesser price, which, by the way, is only 50-60 cents cheaper than getting them brand new at the grocery store. They put them on the shelf at the Walton store. You can go in there and check for yourself. And they're damaged, so they discount them there. But they've already gotten paid back from the distributor, which is very fraudulent. So it's just ironic that I get these messages from the lady owner, the wife, talking about, hey, we sent you a check, and if we're gonna pay you cash, don't cash this check because it's fraud, and you're gonna get in trouble. Like unnecessary things like this, when these people are the ones that are actually doing the fraud themselves. I felt extremely uncomfortable when he showed me that. I didn't know like what to say to him or what to do, because I really didn't want to do all that, and I wasn't planning on doing all that. I was planning on just pulling expired food and leaving the other, because I didn't feel comfortable committing fraud under his name, the company, for him. I'm sorry, but $800 a week is not worth it, for my morals. And it's not my company, so I'm not going to take that risk. But anyways, that is just one thing. Most of the food that they sell there is expired food that was pulled from the store shelves and either damaged or whatever the case may be, so they can buy it back and not lose money on it, and then sell it to all of you that live locally in Walton, stale stuff, to make even more money off of people, rather than donating it, to the hungry or feeding the hungry with it. They try and make money every which way they can, which is fine. It's America, I guess. But it's wrong when they act like this, though. I did nothing to this company. I have given this company 100% of my time, my energy, and training. I did so much in such a short amount of time, and I'm still owed, and I was wrongly terminated. Even after the owners were given a chance to make it right, they still didn't. They stuck to their guns, and their egos were more important to prevail than apologizing to me for getting it wrong, and just simply telling me not to post anything else about the company. That's it. That's all that needed to happen. I didn't get fired because I was a shitty employee, or I wasn't working out in training, or anything to do with the job. That's not why I got fired. So I'm going to leave this up for all of you to formulate your own opinions. That it just sucks. I am now currently unemployed, looking for a new job. I lost money on this. I haven't gotten paid for all my time. But until then, it's going to remain out here to thousands of people, and it's going to be shared all over the internet. And it's also going to be sent to your distributors. Snyder's, late July. What's the other one? Cape Cod Chip. I'm going to send it to Cape Cod. I'm going to send it to every single client that you guys have. Lance Crackers, they're going to get it. The cookies. That cookie brand is going to receive it, so they can see that they're buying back items that you fraudulently destroyed yourselves and losing money. I'm going to send everything out to everybody, because you guys messed with the wrong person. That's all I have to say. All right. Until next time, I'll see you all later. Thank you for listening, and peace.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Maybe I can show you something too.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in accent sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks. I was a terror since the public school era. Backroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the Trey Deuce and the Deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in accent sidekicks with my sidekick. Money wanna chat, but all we wanna know where the party at. And can I bring Jack? If not, I hope I'll get shot. Better throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take nothing but front for me to start something. Bugging and fucking at niggas like I was duck hunting. Dumb it out, just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is